Guys, it's Dr. Pam, and I'm here with this week's burning question. So I went through all the burning questions that I've logged so far from you guys, and there were a lot on aging. And so I thought I'd take the month of February to talk about aging, to not only answer all those questions, but also to go ahead and create a framework of understanding. Because whether you realize it or not, you have a huge ability to impact aging. So let's get started. The question was, Dr. Pam, how can I slow the aging process of my dog? Good question. So first, let's define what aging is. Now, Google says that aging is, let me see, I think they said it was the process of growing older. Well, how do you measure that? And you think about that, and you think, well, what's the first sign that people recognize, the first aging sign? Do you know what that is by chance? It's fine lines and wrinkles. That's the aging sign. And in fact, the human population has a pathway to aging that they unconsciously have, and it looks something like this. First, we notice changes in our exterior, in our appearance. Then we notice how we feel and how the changes in our bodies and how we feel. Then we notice all the diseases starting to come in. I have this problem, I have this problem. So the diagnostic labels start piling up. And interestingly enough, it's the same in pets. We have the same pathway, but when I queried our group today across the social media lines and said, hey, what's the first sign or the number one sign you see in an aging pet? Here are the answers I got. I got graying, urinary incontinence, we had teeth issues, energy issues, we had some musculoskeletal, not jumping up on the bed, somebody said not being able to squat to go to the bathroom, things along that line. Did you notice that we missed a phase in the veterinary realm? Did you notice that we missed the visual indicators? So the next question is why do some, if aging is a passage of time, why do some age more rapidly or less rapidly than the other? Why don't we age the same? Because in reality, growing old is a function of time. Aging is not. It's not that aging is an option, but how you age is a directly impactful option for you. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, all right? So the speed with which a dog, or a human for rather, is the speed with which we age is directly related to one thing and one thing only, function, cellular function. When your body is not functioning at its optimal levels, the tissues break down. So while passage of time is growing older, aging is a function of deficiency. Now this should empower you, because if you think about it, if something's deficient, can it be fixed? Can the deficiency be corrected? Yeah, that should make you excited. Now, here's the other thing. What if I gave you the tools to recognize that first phase? Because though Michelle was actually probably the closest to it, she talked about the graying that happens in dogs. That's actually down to the end part of phase 1. There are other signs that show up sooner. So a 3-year-old dog can show signs of aging, and a 12-year-old dog can show the same signs at the same time, but different times in their life. You know what I'm talking about? Same symptoms, but one's 12 and one's 3. So ultimately, the big thing that we talked about last week was when I created that awesome model of the, I guess it was kind of a simile wrapped in an analogy, wrapped in a metaphor of building and constructing the house. The house is your cell, your cellular function, and the raw materials that are used to make the house have to be high quality, and those are your nutrients. And then they're transported in by the circulation. The house is building, there's waste products, and the transportation microcirculation takes it out. And that creates health. And health means slower changes of function, okay? So what if I told you that I could give you the tools to recognize early aging where you can reverse it? I think that would be exciting to you, because diet is huge. I cannot stress enough. I mean, I know it's all about what I am, but diet is huge. And whole food diets are absolutely essential. There was a study in the human realm that said, it was about ultra processed food. And for every 10% of ultra processed food that people eat, it increases their risk of death 14%. And the standard American diet is 60% ultra processed food. So you do the math. That's pretty substantial. Well, sidestep, if you're feeding your dog a kibble or a canned diet, if we do that, what happens? We're increasing the risk of death. This is why we have a cancer rate that is skyrocketing. 1 in every 1.65 dogs develops cancer in their lifetime, and 1 in every 3 cats. This is why we don't have the raw materials, and we always need the circulation to make it all work together, okay? So what we're gonna do is, if you've been on my email list, I created a nice little visual guide. Let's see if you guys can see it. And it's 5-point checklist for evaluating your dog's health. Isn't he pretty? I love this dog, I love Rhodesians. And we're gonna start learning how to use that guide a little bit more. And we're gonna start evaluating your diet and where your dog is. And when you see a sign of aging, instead of looking at a white whisker and groaning internally and visualizing death coming, you look at it and go, aha, like Tony Robbins, a worthy opponent. And you say, what am I gonna do now? You don't roll over and let it happen. You go out and fix it, because that's what this is all about in our community. Go out and fix it. So we're going to be talking about all that fun stuff this month, and we're going to roll it out on our email list, roll it out on social media, so all the pieces fit together. So I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.